What is happening, boys and girls? Maiden voyage number 2 here with the Aeroscout. After crashing and burning on our first run there, we crashed it 7 times. Totally destroyed it on our last impact. Glued it back together as we've seen in that video, and here we go. We got her ready to go. Painted the wings tips here a little bit just to kind of define the edges a little bit more so I have a better idea on which direction I was facing. Seems like it's a windy day. We changed our location as well. So used a red magic marker to paint our ailerons along with the leading edge here on the wing and a little bit on the underside of the wing, along with the hardware for the servo on this side. That's all red, and on the other side it's all green. But I used a red magic marker on this side to paint those leading edges. Same thing on the tail, just to better define the plane a little bit in the air, so we have more of an idea of where she's at. The wind's holding up in the air. It's windy today out here. So same thing on the other side with our edges, and using a green marker on this side to do all that along with our hardware. So windy day, a little bit windy today. We've got 3 batteries charged up once again. Another location, new location. We've got another location over there that I was scouting out, but I think this one would be better. I have been practicing on a flight simulator a little bit. A channel subscriber who doesn't want to be named actually gave me a flight simulator, an older version. And this is a flight simulator that they sent out, Phoenix RC 5.5, Professional Radio Control Flight Simulation. I can't thank you enough, my friend, for sending this out. This has been a huge help, a gigantic help. And for anybody who's thinking about getting into RC airplanes and learning how to fly, getting a flight simulator is huge. The amount of money that you're going to save. Yeah, it's expensive to buy a flight simulator. I'm not too sure how much this one was initially, but I know the real flight simulator is pretty expensive, right around $200 US. So it's an expensive tab. I mean, really, that's the price of an airplane. You know, it's $200 for the Aeroscout, so $200 for a flight simulator. It seems expensive, but in reality, it's not. It's extremely cheap because you're going to save so much money by doing that. You can, in a flight simulator, you can crash your airplane over and over and over and over and over again. It doesn't cost you a penny. But if you try to learn via trial by error, like I was trying to do, then it's going to be a very long and expensive road trying to learn how to fly. I crashed my plane 7 times the first time I took it out. And on the last crash, we completely totaled it and had to glue it back together. So, I mean, really, that's a $200 airplane, and it was pretty much trashed on this first flight. And we didn't even go through the first battery. We still had all kinds of life left in that first battery. So, yeah, 7 crashes on our first flight. If I would have did that again, it probably would have been another 7 crashes and another totaled airplane. Don't know if we would have been able to glue it back up again, but I probably would have had to buy a new fuselage at that point in time. So having a flight simulator is absolutely huge. I can't stress that enough. Learning the muscle memory, excuse the flash, learning the muscle memory that you learn in a flight simulator for the transmitter is key. It's absolutely key to develop that muscle memory. And that way you know which way your plane is going. When the plane is flying away from you, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller as it goes. And you need to develop that muscle memory to be able to turn that plane around and bring it back. And just know, you know, in your mind that what you're doing with your hands is bringing the plane back towards you versus what you're seeing with your eyes, because that plane is going to be so small that it's just going to be a dot out there. And you're not going to really know what direction you're going in. So developing that muscle memory is absolutely huge. And when that plane is coming back towards you, all your controls are reversed. So once again, you have to develop that muscle memory. And trying to do that on your own versus trial and error, taking out your airplane and crashing it and crashing it and crashing it, and then gluing it back together and going back out a couple days later and trying it again after you just forgot all your controls. Once again, it's going to be a long, expensive route. So having a simulator is absolutely key. You can crash this thing over and over and over again. It doesn't cost you a penny. And it's just awesome. So I can't thank that viewer enough for sending this out. That was huge. And it came with this sweet transmitter, the Spectrum DX6i transmitter, which has this nice digital display on it. Very cool. It's not a smart transmitter. I mean, as fancy as it is not a smart transmitter. The DXS transmitter that came with the airplane is a smart transmitter. As dumb as it looks, it's a smart transmitter. It says smart right up there in the corner. Now, they say that this transmitter gets telemetry information via the plane. But it's a pretty basic transmitter. So the information it's receiving is very limited. Really, the only information, to my knowledge, that's receiving is battery life. We have these 4 green idiot lights right down here, which aren't lit up at the moment because we have the transmitter turned off. But this displays the battery life of the airplane itself, the airplane's battery. And as your power starts to deplete, these little bars start to drop off, or these lights start to go out. So that's the only information that it receives, and that's got nothing to do with telemetry. That's got to do with battery life. So I've heard other people say, oh, yeah, it's a smart transmitter, it gets telemetry from the airplane. Well, not necessarily, because it's not showing you anything else. The only thing it's displaying is battery information. That's got nothing to do with telemetry. So smart transmitter in the fact that it shows battery information, but otherwise it's a dumb transmitter. This thing is by far way smarter, other than the fact that it doesn't have telemetry. And it doesn't have that battery readout. What we have on this one is a countdown timer. So over here on the left it says 6.2 volts. That's the batteries in the transmitter itself. But over here underneath the airplane where it says DN and 10, that's counting down 10 minutes. So I've got a countdown timer on it. You can set that from 0 to 59 minutes. You can have it count down, you can have it count up. And after it reaches its 0 point, it starts counting back in the opposite direction. So right now, it's counting down 10 minutes. After it counts down 10, it'll sound an alarm, and then it'll start counting back up after that. So you'll know how far past you went past your mark. Very nice transmitter. Once again, can't thank that viewer enough for sending this out. This has been a huge help learning how to fly using the simulator. Once again, it's been a huge help. And another cool thing is that we can actually bind this transmitter up to the airplane if we want to. Inside the manual for the airplane, it has a list in there for all the Spectrum transmitters, the DXs, the NXs, and the IXs, and tells you exactly how to set up each transmitter for the airplane, depending on which transmitter you have. So I already have a program set up in here for the Aeroscout with flaperons. I just haven't bound it up to the airplane or set up flaperons on the airplane as of yet with my wiring on the aileron servos. So that's just one more thing that we got to do, and I'll probably do that next just so we can get a little bit more control out of the airplane. All right, let's get back to our video. We're going to see how it goes here, fingers crossed. Main goal is just to get the Scout up in the air and do a few successful laps and just do some takeoff and landings, you know. Practice landing the plane, getting it up in the air, circle around, not too far away so we're not going to lose our orientation, and once again try to land it again. So that's all we're going to be doing, no big deal. This is once again mainly for my channel subscribers more than anybody who's looking for something on Aeroscout. I'm just learning how to fly, so this is my second flight with an actual RC airplane. And first one, once again, we had 7 crashes. We destroyed the plane. We put her all back together. She looks like Frankenstein. It's got all our red lines on it where we glued it everywhere, which is a lot of red lines all across the chassis. So she was in bad shape. We ripped the motor right off of it, glued it back on there. Ripped the whole upper wing portion off the other lower portion of the fuselage. It was destroyed. Check out that video if you haven't seen it. And we got it back together. Hopefully we don't destroy it again. All right, well, I'm going to pass the camera over to my brother here, and we'll fire up the Scout, cross our fingers, and once again, don't expect too much. We're just practicing here, takeoffs and landings, and trying not to lose orientation of our vehicle in the process. And it's a pretty windy day today, so hopefully everything will be okay. Canopy's a little jacked up, trying to be easy on her. I hate how they had the wires ran in this thing. Don't hate, I dislike how they have the wires ran in the vehicle. Make sure our throttle kill's working. Now last time I was confused on our rates, and I had this flip down thinking that we were on high rates, but in all reality we were on low rates. That's high rates right there. And once again, motor is shut off with our switch facing forward, and there's our motor on right there. Beginner mode, intermediate mode, experience mode. I think we might start in intermediate mode or possibly experience mode and go from there. Landing gear's a little bit jacked up after our last landing. Front wheel is kind of a little cattywampus. So not too sure how she's going to be with taking off, just taking off on her own. That's our first successful takeoff.
Yeah, that was good. I can just see it.
Speed is your friend. Turn back at us.
Flies. Yeah, lost it in the sun.
Oh.
Nice.
Slow her down. Now I kind of would like to put flaperons on here. I don't know much about airplanes once again, but using that DX6i transmitter that was donated to the channel, I'd like to put some flaperons on there. Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa, yeah.
That was accidental. I'd like to put some flaperons on there. Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa, yeah.
That was accidental. We're stalling it out there in the wind.
Kind of like the last run.
Yeah, I got a deer fly buzzing around my hands here.
Yeah, I've been having that issue too.
Distracted and knock a deer fly off my hand. Oh. We got an intermediate mode once again. I'm gonna try to land it here. We got the wind at our back. Oh, we're coming in long. Oh, skipping it down. All right, well, prop off. Let's go check it out. Everything appears to be okay. Canopy is still attached. Motor on. Engaged. Into the wind. Trim it out a little bit, I think. I trim out the elevator a bit. Into the sun, my apologies. Hard on the elevator. Not so hard on the elevator. Hard on the elevator. Oh, where are you going, baby? Up on the elevator, she was not wanting to respond too well there. Must be a high wind or something. Oh, she's not responding. We got no response on the controls. That's weird.
Too far away?
I don't know. It just did not want to respond there for a second. Let's bring her down. We're going into the wind here. She's like stalling out in the air. A lot of wind. I think I just got up into the wind and couldn't bring him back. Quite the wind. Whoa, whoa. In the tree. Oh shoot, we are in the tree.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, there it is. We see it. That sucks. That sucks. That's way up there.
Oh, it is too.
I need reverse thrust. That sucks. This is where you need reverse thrust. You know, I was talking to somebody about reverse thrust and saying that I wanted to hook it up on here just for craps and giggles. If I had reverse thrust, I think I'd actually have a chance of backing out of that and letting it fall to the ground. A little bit windy today, boys and girls. I think we're going to have to get the Jeep over here or try to find a long stick or something around here to try to get that thing out of there. I mean, that thing is 16 feet up.
Happily rusting there.
Yeah, it's happily rusting there. It's just sitting there nicely. Maybe the wind will blow it out. Catch the ailerons right. Get the flaps going. Maybe we'll get it out of there. Why not? That sucks. Trees are not your friend. Hey, there you go.
Come on, baby. I know, quit your complaining.
I think the motor's stuck by the prop, and I think it's hung up by the prop of the back tire. Let me see if I can fire it up and create more problems.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah, I had about a 5-6 foot something to poke it with.
All right, well, let me pause the camera. So you're able to wiggle the branch and shook it out?
Use the tip of the cane to wiggle the branch, and it shook it enough just as the wind caught it that I was able to shake the main branch with my hand, and the wind caught it and shook it down.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're the man. Look at that. There's the cane and there's the plane. The cane, and the plane. We got the plane back. It's a little bit windy. Let's go try this again. We've got 3 bars showing on the remote, so we're right there. I had it in intermediate mode. I probably should have put it into experience mode just to get a little bit more throw out of our elevator back there. But pretty windy. I'm trying to fight the wind, and ultimately, all you experts can chime in, but I think I just got into the wind and just couldn't couldn't compensate enough for it to overcome it. And not enough power, not enough control surface maybe to get past it. It's pretty windy. The plane's just rocking around down here. Sitting down on the runway. I don't know if we're catching that, but she's rocking around a little bit. A little bit windy. A little bit more damage up here on the top of the wing, sorry. A little bit on the tail back there. I can see on that where the red wraps are on the tail. Oops, here's my shadow right there.
On the wing.
We appear to be okay in here. Sky ID is still broadcasting. Battery feels kind of warm actually.
It's been sitting for a while.
Hasn't been doing nothing. Shouldn't be warm, but other than being underneath that black canopy. Black canopy, hot day, sunshine. That's probably why. A bit windy. Might be a little biased. I really don't know. Back in intermediate mode, so we got it in that AS3X whatever safe select crap. Stay a little lower. Try to bring it back down. Oh, yeah, there. Oh, tailwind. Oh, I see the moon over there. Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, man. That is way up there. God bless it. Oh, my God. We need a tree truck to get to that sucker.
I know where it is. I can't see it.
Dude, I might have lost everything on this thing.
There it is.
I'm going to leave the transmitter down here.
Just see the tail right there. Yeah. It's blending nicely. It is way up there. Oh, they found it.
Hopefully that thing can hold my transmitter.
Wow. Now James is going to attempt to scale this one.
It is not stable. My rope here, man.
Ah, great. And you got nowhere to hang it to work your way up.
This sucks, man.
Okay. Oh, it's definitely closer. Yeah, I hear you. Hey, get down. Here he comes.
I never climbed a tree that high in my life.
Yeah, I don't think I have either, I'll be honest. I used to climb our maple tree in the backyard a lot when we were kids.
Not that high.
No, not quite that high. Dead branch. Your foot's on a dead one as well. But you're at the base, so I think you're good.
Got nowhere to go, nothing to hold on to.
Kick yourself out a little and, well, not too much. This tree's got some stabbers. Oh, you're only a foot or two off. There you go. You made it. Woo! Everything's working.
That's okay.
Wow.
Crop okay?
Yeah. Give it a buzz and see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah. I was aiming at the ground. Oops.
We're gonna walk back to the Jeep, which is
way over there. There.
I think it's 25 feet up, 30 feet
Oh yeah.
up.
Literally almost.
Easily 25 feet up.
Long ways up.
Conservative, let people be the judges of how far up it is.
Yeah, that's a long ways.
We've proven twice that the wind is taking the Aeroscout out of our hands. And that last time putting it up in that tree right there, and once again, I'm not really too good hip on heights, boys and girls. I don't mind roller coasters. But when it comes to going up on top of a roof, getting on and off a ladder, that stuff kind of freaks me out a little bit. So call me a chicken, call me what you will. I'm not good with heights when it comes to stuff like that. So how much do you love your plane to climb up a tree and retrieve it when you're not very hip to heights? So we got it. We got it back twice. You know, thank God Ian was nice enough to climb this tree for me and got out of the top of that one over there, which once again, wind took it into the tree. And then same thing over here, except that I had to make the climb on that one. And it was sketchy. My arms are rashed up. I'm sure we're not going to catch it on camera, but holding onto the tree with my arms, as well as my hands. Not too many toe holds on that one, or hand holds. So it's kind of windy. I think an expert or a pro would say, hey, idiot, go out there in the middle of the field. Way out there in the middle of the field, and make that your base camp. And take off and fly from there. That way, if it gets out of hand, you've got all this area to work with to get it back before it goes into the woods. Or, more importantly, don't take it out on a windy day. If you're a beginner pilot. I think that's the moral of the story. Alright, so that is going to do it, boys and girls. Very much appreciated for y'all sticking around and watching the video, and we will see you all on the next one. Thanks again.